The setting is a sunny afternoon at a community park where a special event is taking place. Families, children, and curious onlookers have gathered to see Barron Trump, who is making a rare public appearance. The air is filled with anticipation, and the camera pans across the cheerful crowd. Amid the sea of faces, a young child stands out, a shy, wide-eyed fan, clutching a brightly colored handmade card with "To Barron" written in bold letters. The child looks both excited and nervous, tugging at their parent's sleeve for reassurance. The parent kneels down, whispering words of encouragement as the child takes a hesitant step forward, eyes fixed on Barron. Barron, dressed casually yet neatly in a navy blue jacket and jeans, stands a few feet away, speaking kindly with other attendees. Despite his composed demeanor, his genuine warmth is evident in his smiles and attentive gestures. When his eyes meet the child's, he pauses and offers a friendly wave, instantly putting the young fan at ease. The stage is set for an unforgettable moment, one that will soon reveal the profound impact of a simple yet heartfelt interaction. This is not just about a public figure meeting a fan. This is about the power of connection and the kindness that bridges all differences. The camera zooms in on the young fan as they nervously approach Barron Trump. The child, no older than 7 or 8, clutches their handmade card tightly, their tiny hands trembling with excitement. Barron notices immediately and bends down slightly to meet the child's eye level, his demeanor calm and inviting. The setting is vivid, a grassy park with picnic tables, balloons, and cheerful decor from the event. The sunlight filters gently through the trees, casting a warm glow on the scene. Barron is dressed in his signature understated style, a crisp navy jacket, a white shirt, and dark jeans, while the child wears a bright red hoodie with cartoon characters. The background hums with the faint chatter of the crowd and laughter of other children playing. Barron greets the child with a kind smile. "Hi there, is that for me?" he asks, gesturing to the card. The child hesitates, then nods shyly, their cheeks flushing. Slowly, they extend the card toward him. Barron takes it carefully, as though it's the most precious gift in the world, and studies the colorful drawing of a superhero with the words "You're my hero" written in bold crayon letters. "Wow, this is amazing," Barron says with genuine admiration, holding the card up for others nearby to see. His words instantly light up the child's face, replacing nervousness with pride. He asks the child about the drawing, prompting a giggly explanation of how they see Barron as a hero, because he's always kind and stands up for others. The moment feels intimate despite the crowd around them. People pause to watch, their expressions softening at the sight of Barron's natural rapport with the child. He listens intently, occasionally nodding and responding with encouraging words, creating a sense of connection that captivates everyone. The encounter ends with Barron shaking the child's hand, saying, "You made my day. Thank you for this." The young fan beams, their nervous energy replaced with joy, and the crowd bursts into soft applause. This simple yet powerful exchange sets the tone for the rest of the story, highlighting Barron's ability to make meaningful connections with those he meets. The scene transitions to a quieter corner of the park, away from the bustling crowd. Barron Trump sits on a wooden bench, the young fan beside him, their legs barely reaching the edge. The atmosphere is serene, with soft, golden sunlight filtering through the trees, casting long shadows on the ground. A light breeze rustles the leaves, creating a calming background sound. Barron turns to the child, his expression warm and attentive. "So tell me," he says gently, "what made you think of drawing that superhero?" The child, still clutching the edges of their hoodie, hesitates for a moment before speaking. "Well," they begin, their voice small but steady, "superheroes are brave, and they help people. You help people too, don't you?" Barron smiles, slightly taken aback by the sincerity of the question. He leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees, bringing himself even closer to the child's eye level. "That's really kind of you to say," he responds. "But you know, heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes, just being kind to someone can make you a hero." The child looks down, fiddling with the hem of their hoodie. After a moment, they share something personal, a story about being bullied at school and how they tried to stand up for another kid but felt scared. Barron listens intently, his expression shifting to one of deep empathy. "That took a lot of courage," he says softly. Standing up for someone, even when you're scared, is one of the bravest things you can do. The camera lingers on their faces, capturing the emotional depth of the conversation. Barron's calm demeanor contrasts with the child's hesitant vulnerability, creating a powerful visual dynamic. The surrounding park seems to fade into the background, emphasizing the intimacy of the moment. Barron then shares a story of his own, a time when he had to make a difficult decision to stand up for what he believed was right, even though it wasn't easy. His words resonate with the child, who begins to see their own courage in a new light. As the conversation unfolds, a subtle bond forms between them. The child asks questions, their voice growing more confident, and Barron answers thoughtfully, ensuring his words are relatable and encouraging. By the end, the child smiles up at him, their earlier nervousness replaced by a newfound sense of self-assurance. The scene concludes with Barron gently placing a hand on the child's shoulder. "You're already a hero," he says with a smile. "Just keep being you." The child beams, their eyes shining with gratitude, as the camera pulls back to reveal the two of them sitting together on the bench, framed by the soft glow of the setting sun. As the heartfelt conversation between Barron and the young fan wraps up, the child hesitates, digging into their backpack. "I want you to have this," they say, pulling out a folded piece of paper. The edges are slightly crumpled, and the colorful marker strokes indicate a drawing created with care. The camera zooms in on Barron's face as he takes the paper, his expression curious yet touched. He unfolds it to reveal a hand-drawn picture of a superhero wearing a cape, with a label reading, "My Hero." The superhero unmistakably resembles Barron, complete with a red tie and kind eyes. The detail may be amateurish, but the sentiment is crystal clear. "This is for me?" Barron asks, his voice filled with genuine surprise. The child nods shyly, their cheeks flushing with both pride and nervousness. The moment slows as Barron carefully examines the drawing, holding it up to the light. "You made this?" he asks, his tone filled with admiration. "It's amazing. Thank you." His reaction is genuine, and the child's face lights up with joy, the earlier shyness melting away. Barron folds the drawing gently and places it in his pocket, patting it as if to say it's safe. "I'll keep this with me," he promises. It's not every day you get a superhero portrait. The mood shifts slightly as Barron reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a sleek, polished pen. It's not just any pen, but one with sentimental value. Perhaps a gift from his family or something he's carried for years. He holds it out to the child. "I'd like you to have this," he says warmly. The child's eyes widen in disbelief. "But this is yours," they stammer. Barron smiles. "It's yours now. Every time you see it, I want you to remember that you're brave, and you've got the power to make a difference, just like a superhero." The camera captures the child taking the pen hesitantly, as if it's the most valuable treasure they've ever received. They clutch it tightly, their smile growing broader. In the background, the sounds of the park come back into focus, the distant laughter of other children, the chirping of birds, and the gentle rustle of leaves. The scene closes with the two sitting together, the drawing and pen symbolizing a mutual exchange of kindness that will leave a lasting impact on both of them. The camera pans upward to show the sun dipping lower in the sky, casting a golden glow over the park, signifying the warmth of the moment they've shared. The young fan sits at their desk, clutching the pen Barron gave them. With a newfound confidence, they sketch designs for a school project. Their parent enters the room and pauses, noticing the child's enthusiastic focus. "That's incredible work," the parent says, visibly moved by the child's transformation. Meanwhile, Barron is seen reviewing plans for a new community outreach initiative. Sitting at a large table with a group of volunteers, he shares ideas inspired by his encounter with the young fan. "Sometimes, it's the smallest gestures that make the biggest difference," he says, his expression thoughtful yet determined. The scene shifts to a local school assembly, where the young fan stands nervously in front of their classmates, presenting a project on bravery and kindness. They recount their encounter with Barron, emphasizing the lessons they learned. The audience listens intently, some even wiping away tears, as the child's words inspire others to consider their own acts of kindness. A brief montage shows a local news segment highlighting Barron's visit to the park and the ripple effect it has created. The camera shows interviews with the child's family, the park staff, and even other kids who heard about the story and were inspired to act kindly in their own communities. The sequence ends with Barron walking through the same park where the encounter happened. He stops at the bench where he spoke with the child, gazing thoughtfully at the setting sun. A subtle smile forms on his face, a sign of quiet satisfaction. The scene opens with a soft fade to Barron standing on a quiet path in the park, the golden hues of the setting sun casting a warm glow around him. In his hand he holds the framed superhero drawing, his expression thoughtful yet serene. Sometimes the most unexpected moments remind us of the power of kindness. It's not about grand gestures or flashy displays, it's about connecting with people, one small act at a time. As he walks slowly, scenes from the earlier encounter with the young fan replay in muted tones like a distant memory. The child's beaming smile, their excited explanation of their superhero drawing, and the heartfelt hug are all highlighted. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, can change someone's world. And sometimes, it might just change yours too.